Good morning and welcome everyone to this beautiful occasion of Vijaya Dashami, the practice that we will be having today. I'm very happy to be in touch with all of you today, and I look forward to a very fulfilling session. On that note, I'll hand it over to Saraswathi.
Thank you, Namrata. Morning, everyone. Vijayadashmi is always very special. And just to be able to connect from wherever we are in the comfort of our home at this time, in different parts of the world, and to be able to be together itself is very special, such a privilege. So today, the practice is going to be simple, but not so simple, because we are going to see how to bring together the practice of asana, pranayama, pratyahara, and dharana together throughout the practice. I'm not going to give you something just asana, then just pranayama, then just pratyahara, and just dharana. So in this short time we have, we'll try and weave together all these practices. In everything that you're doing, you bring all these ideas together. So just to give you some anchorage for each of the aspects, asana, the focus is really being with your body and breath. Yeah, how can the mind be very, very close to the breath, flow in and flow out with the breath, and be in the body? Sharira samyam. And remember, sthiram and sukham. Okay. So we will begin with some dynamic practice and then move to some stay postures. Particularly when you get to the stay postures, try and keep the mind completely in the body and try to keep the breath very, very subtle and quiet. For pranayama, it is really working with the movement of the prana. So as you're moving the in-breath and the out-breath, it is like you're churning the meru, right? The central line, the spine, and slowly clearing the impurities of the system so that you can locate yourself very deeply within and get to a point where the prana itself is very quiet and still, almost like even the prana is not moving. Only then the mind will stabilize. Okay. The third aspect, pratyahara, where you are trying to really locate yourself within the body, because the tendency of the sense organs and the manas is to take you outward. So how do you bring all your attention to certain locations within the body? And the intention is that you are moving away from the external world towards your center. Yeah, towards the seat of the Purusha, the Paramatma, which is your heart. Now, unless we hold that intention very strongly, pratyahara is not possible. It's not about controlling the senses, it is not about pulling them and directing them, but really holding a very deep yearning to go closer to your center. Okay, so that is the focus for pratyahara. Dharana, of course, wherever your mind is, whether it is your body, your breath, or certain locations in the body that you are anchored in, keep it as a dharana practice. Okay? So progressively try and keep the breath more and more subtle. It is not about achieving a certain posture or certain form. Those are not important. I would welcome you to modify the postures way they suit you, that you're comfortable, you're able to maintain sthiram and sukham, both at the level of the body and the breath. And of course, the mind has to be becoming more and more stable and steady. Yeah. So with this, we will begin. I will quote from some teachings of Krishnamacharya and from Tirumandram at the appropriate point. You don't have to make notes. I will share this with you later. Okay, the idea is to really bring the focus to your practice. And Shipra is going to demonstrate. So, I'm going to ask Namrata to pin her in case you need some guidance with the postures. But most of the postures we're going to do are simple and already familiar. So we're going to begin with the sitting on the ground or sitting on a chair where you're comfortable. So bring your hands to the heart. Observe your breath. Observe the expansion and the relaxation of the space, the center of your chest, the hridayam. Slowly take your awareness deep into the space. To the very ground from where the prana is born. With each inhalation, feel the awakening of the prana, the center of your heart space. Allow the inhalation to extend so that you can feel this energy filling up your whole body and also extending a little beyond your body. Pause for 1 or 2 seconds and chant Om as you take your focus back into the heart. At the end of the Om, just be quiet for a little while. So just chant 3 times loudly. Bring your hands down. Throughout the practice, you visualize the breath being born from the center with each inhalation, and you're moving back to the center with each exhalation. Okay. Try to keep the connection to the center alive, even though we will be focusing on different parts of the body. Just keep the connection to the breath and to the center really alive throughout the practice. You have to remember to come back. Okay, now bring your focus to the nostrils. We are going to progressively extend the breath, and with each step, I'm going to ask you to bring the breath to a certain point and stay there as you exhale so that you really get connected to these adharams, yeah, to these anchorages. So first start with breathing in through the nostrils and take the breath to the mid brows between the eyebrows as you inhale. It's a very short distance, so do it quietly, just a short breath. Then, as you exhale, focus on the mid brows, breathe out quietly. And now you extend the breath a little further. Breathe in through the nostrils, pass through the mid brows into the throat. Stay there and exhale quietly. Take a few deep breaths. And now you extend the breath a little further from the nostril, through the midbrow, through the throat, into the heart space. And stay there as you exhale quietly. Extending a little further with the next breath from the nostril, through the midbrows, through the throat and heart, into the navel. Keep your focus there as you exhale. Let the breath be very subtle and quiet. And after the exhalation, just pause for a little while. Feel that location, go deep into that location. Rest the mind there. Complete with this breath. Move your focus to the lower abdomen, the Swadhisthana. Breathe in, passing through each of the points into the lower abdomen. Exhale there, gently drawing the lower abdomen in, relaxing the abdomen. Keep your focus there through the exhalation and a short pause. Complete with this breath. And now we are moving all the way down to the Muladhara as you inhale, passing through each of these locations. Stay at the Muladhara. Exhale completely, gently contracting that area. Hold your breath for a few seconds. Take a few breaths. Complete with this breath. Bring your focus back to your heart. Just be quiet. Allow the mind to settle down. Just keep your focus in the heart space, watching your natural breath and the natural pause where you can feel the stillness, the space between the in breath and the out breath, between the out breath and the next in breath. Try to expand that stillness a little bit more until you feel the urge to inhale again. And keep the breath very, very quiet and subtle. Okay. Now we will move into asana. We're going to do the kneeling sequence. Okay. And we're going to focus on each of the adharam and chant the bija mantra. So we'll do one round for each of the adharam, starting from the Muladhara. Okay. Now the kneeling sequence, you can choose to do up to Chakravakasana or go up to Urdhva Svanasana. So I'm going to ask Shipra to just demonstrate the whole sequence once so you can watch her. Okay. And then I'm just going to instruct, do it with your eyes closed. So remember, the focus has to be inward, right? Pratyahara. So you're not looking at somebody, you're not trying to move at somebody else's space, but simply be with yourself. Okay. So as you inhale, raise your arms, stand on your knees, pause, exhale, bend forward, bring your palms and really stretch your hands forward. Inhale, arch your back, come into Chakravakasana. Just raise your head slightly. Yeah. Exhale, tuck your toes in, take your knees off, hip up, head down, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Yeah, you can rest the lower part of your legs. Again, exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Remember to pause at every point. Then gently lowering your knees, Chakravakasana. Exhale to the forward bend. Inhale, come up on your knees, raising your arms. Exhale, back to the Vajrasana, Samasthiti position. Okay. So we are going to do one round focusing on each adhara and chanting the Bija mantra. So for the Muladhara, it is Lam. You're going to chant loudly as you do the whole sequence, keeping your focus only on the Muladhara. And when you are exhaling, gently contract the Muladhara. When you're inhaling, relax the tail. Okay. So bring your focus to the Muladhara in Vajrasana. Chant Lam. Inhale, standing on your knees. Now just do the whole sequence. With each exhalation, you chant loudly. Lam. 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 Chakravartasana. To the forward bend. Lam. Back to the neutral position. Lam. So I'm just chanting and I'm going with the pace of Shikra, but you can do it at your own pace. Now to the lower abdomen. Inhale, breathe into the lower abdomen, focus there and chant Vam. Continue to keep your focus on the lower abdomen. Inhale. Vam. 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 Now bring the focus to the navel. Breathe into the navel and chant Ram. Keep the focus there throughout the sequence. Inhale. Ram. 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 Shift your focus to the heart. Breathe into the heart. Chant Yam. Inhale. Yam. Yum. 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 Shift the focus to your throat. Breathe into the throat and chant Hum. Inhale. Hum. 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 The last round, focusing on the point between the brows. Breathe into this point and chant Om. Inhale. Om. You can touch your forehead on the mat. Stay with the vibrations. Inhale, Chakravakasana. Back to Saraswathi. Om. Bring your focus back to the heart space. Just be quiet for a little while, just for a minute. Knowing that with all your faculties, the mind, the sense organs, the breath, and the body, you're moving towards the heart. Now come to standing position. Stand in Samasthiti. Just take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Allow the breath to pass through the center, between the brows, throat, heart, navel, lower abdomen to the Muladhara. Gently contracting the Muladhara, direct the prana all the way up, a little above the top of the head. Just 3 breaths with complete attention. Once you complete, come to the Sthiti position for Trikonasana. Widen your legs. The feet pointing forward, slightly open if you want to bend your knees, otherwise parallel. So you're going to do 6 rounds with the same focus. This time you're going to chant mentally on exhale, focusing on each point. Okay, so again, I'm going to use the chanting and follow Shipra's rhythm. You can follow your own breath rhythm. So inhale, breathe into the Muladhara. Raising your arms to the shoulder level. Chant Lam mentally as you twist to the left. You can fold your left arm behind your back or stretch it up. Inhale, come up. Keep the focus on the Muladhara. Breathing into that point. Exhale, twist to the right, gently contracting the Muladhara, chanting Lam mentally. Inhale, come up. Exhale, focusing on the Muladhara, lower your arms. Now we're going to do the same thing, focusing on the lower abdomen. Inhale, breathe into the lower abdomen. Chant Vam as you twist. Chanting mentally. Inhale, keep your focus there as you come up. Exhale, twist to the right. Modify the posture the way it suits you. Don't force the body. Stay with your breath. Complete the round. Shift the focus to your navel. This time you're going to chant Ram on exhalation as you twist. Complete. Shift your focus to the heart and you'll chant Yam mentally as you exhale. And through the inhalation and the pause, keep your focus on the heart. Shift your focus to the throat, breathing into the throat, and you chant Hum through the exhalation. Keep the focus on the throat throughout your inhalation, exhalation, and the pauses. Move the mind to the point between the brows. Keep your attention there. You chant Om mentally on exhalation. Keep your focus there through the inhalation and the pause. The last round. Once you complete, come back to Samastiti. Just relax for a minute in this position. Allow your breath to settle down. Observe the sensations in your body. Continue to stay with the central axis. We will just do 3 rounds of sequence that combines Uttanasana to Sthiti to Utkatasana. Okay? So just watch Shipra demonstrate, and then you can do it. So as you inhale, you raise your arms from the front all the way up. Exhale, move into Uttanasana. You can bend your knees, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. From here, inhale. Just extend the spine, gently raising the head to the Sthiti position. From here, exhale, move into Utkatasana. You can raise your heels if you want. Try and keep your back straight. Inhale back to the Sthiti position, Uttanasana. Sthiti. Exhale, bend forward to Uttanasana. Keep your knees bent. Relax your back, relax your shoulders, your neck. Inhale, raise your arms and come up all the way. Exhale, lower your arms. Now do this 3 times, keeping your focus on the heart, center of your body. Once you complete 3 rounds, come to lying rest position. Keep the focus on your heart throughout the sequence. Remember to pause at the end of the inhalation and exhalation. Feel the stillness in your heart space. Once you complete, lie down and rest. Lie down on your back. You can keep your legs stretched or bent according to what is comfortable for you. Bring your focus to the heart space. Just observe your natural breath. Allow the breath to settle down. And slowly take your awareness deeper and deeper into the space. I'm just going to read out a passage from one of Krishnamacharya's essays. Keep your focus on the heart and listen from the heart. Above and below the Hridaya, there are certain special spaces, chakra. They are Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agnya, and Sahasrara. These move in different directions, rotating like a fan through the movement of the prana in pranayama. By fixing the mind in these points, it is possible to remove certain worries of the mind and therefore achieve a stable mind, long life, dirgha ayu, intellectual growth, buddhi vikasam, and prepare for antaranga sadhana. The means are dharana, dhyanam, and samadhi. This is sadhana, yoga balam. Further, as you practice, you can perceive what is beyond the usual perception. This perception is known as antardrishti, divya drishti, yoga drishti, ritambhara tatra prajna. And he is also quoting from the 3rd chapter, Nabhi Chakre Kaya Vyuha Jnanam. Shrutanumana Prajnabhyam Anya Vishaya Vishesharthatva from the 1st chapter. The experience of this cannot be expressed, but you can feel the contentment, tripti. The yoga anubhavam is vishesha, special. And now we will focus on 3 points. Okay, I've finished reading the text. We will focus on 3 points: the Nabhi, the Hridaya, and the Kantha. So Krishnamacharya actually refers to these 3 points and says, keep your focus there, do the pranayama focusing there, and let it be a practice of pratyahara. Okay. So we are going to do Dvipada Pitam, maybe do 5 or 6 times, keeping the focus on the Nabhi chakra. Okay. And you can chant mentally as you exhale. Ideally, I would like you to repeat 3 times and stay for 3 to 5 breaths in Dvipada Pitam and choose any modification you're comfortable. You can do it with raising the arms above your head or opening your arms, keeping the feet apart. Just work with what is comfortable for you, but the posture has to be stable. The mind has to be located in the navel. So Shipra will demonstrate. As you inhale, raise your hips. Here she is raising her arms all the way up. You can do without arm movement also. And exhale, slowly lower your arms. Keep the focus on the navel. Repeat 3 times and stay for 3 to 5 breaths, focusing on the navel. Slow down the breath. Try and make it as quiet, steady, and subtle as possible. Once you complete, keep the focus on the navel. You may rest with your legs stretched or bent, or do Apanasana as a counter, maybe 3 or 4 times. Continue to keep the focus on the navel. Stretch your legs and rest once you complete the counter. Once you have rested, come to seated position, Dandasana. Sit with your back straight, with your legs stretched forward. Hold one leg and place the heel close to the groin. You're going to do Mahamudra. Open the other leg slightly out to create a little wider angle. You can choose any modification of Mahamudra. Now, this is a stay posture. You're not going to move in and out. As you inhale, raise your arms from the front, really extend your spine. And as you exhale, lean forward, gently lean forward. Bring your hands to your toes, hold your toes, or the shin, or your knees. Make sure the spine is straight and you're leaning forward. Keep your chin down. If you have extended your left leg, then place your right palm and then the left palm over it. Keep your chin down, Jalandhara Bandha. Bring your focus to the heart. And just keep your focus there as you breathe in and breathe out. Take 6 to 8 breaths, keeping the focus on the heart space. With each inhalation, try and straighten your spine, opening up the heart space, and as you exhale, relax the space. And take your awareness deep into the space and be quiet for a little while at the end of your exhalation. Maybe about 4 to 5 seconds if you can hold your breath after exhalation, focusing on the heart. Once you complete on one side, raise your arms as you inhale, lower your arms, come back to Dandasana. Keep the focus on your heart space and repeat on the other side. With each inhalation, try and straighten your spine, opening up the heart space. So you're not rounding your back. Maintain the chin down position as if you're looking down into the heart space. Once you complete, come back to Dandasana. Now we're going to shift the focus to the throat, and the posture is Baddha Konasana. So fold your legs, bring the soles of the feet together with your knees wide open, back straight. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Your low back is not too arched. So slightly lean back so that the head, neck, and spine are aligned. You can hold your feet with your hands. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Bring your focus to the throat. And now really work on lengthening the breath, pausing longer after inhalation, even longer after exhalation. Keep the breath very subtle, very, very quiet. Feel the space in your throat expanding with each inhalation and relaxing deeply with each exhalation. Take 3 deep breaths with complete attention on the heart, on the throat. Once you complete, you can ease into a more comfortable position. Sukhasana or Siddhasana or Brahmasana, whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to use wall support or sit on a chair, that's fine. Use a cushion if you want to sit, so the back can be straight. Okay, we'll do Nadi Shodhana. Okay. Now you will focus on the breath passing through the point between the brows to the throat, into the heart, into the navel. Pause after inhalation and follow the breath from the navel into the heart. Complete your exhalation. Take time, complete your exhalation. And when you hold the breath after exhalation, chant Om, focusing on the heart. Okay. Then again, shift the focus to the nostrils. Continue. Nadi Shodhana. Inhaling through the left nostril, partially closed, the right is fully closed. Follow the breath all the way down to the navel. Exhaling from the navel into the heart through the right nostril, partially closed, left is fully closed. Keep your focus on the heart. Chant Om mentally as you hold the breath. Shift your focus to the nostrils and do inhaling through the right and exhaling through the left. If your nostrils are blocked, then do Anuloma Ujjayi or just Ujjayi. So you're not familiar with the technique, simply stay with the focus of Ujjayi. Inhale into the navel, exhale into the heart, chant Om at the end of exhalation. You can continue with Nadi Shodhana or just move to very subtle Ujjayi. Continue to keep the focus on the flow of the breath from the nostrils to the navel as you inhale. Pause for a couple of seconds. From the navel into the heart as you exhale. Complete your exhalation and chant Om. Just be quiet for a little while before you shift to the nostrils for the next inhalation. Complete with this breath. Come back to your natural breath. If you would like to lie down and rest while I share some verses from Tirumandiram. Listen, and then we will do the Dharana practice. These two verses are from the third Tandiram, referring to Pratyahara. I'm going to chant the verse and the meaning briefly and the commentary from the text. உருக்கால் உபாதியை ஒன்சோதி தன்னை பிரித்துணர் வந்த உபாதி பிரிவை கரைத்துணர் உண்ணல் கரைதல் உள்நோக்கல் பிரத்யாகார பெருமை அதாமே. Contain the blemishes of Maya. Let the soul learn to part from them. Let it strive to render them ineffective. Soul will see God. Soul will abide in Him. These indeed are the fruits of Pratyahara. This is a verse of great significance. The earnest practice of Pratyahara opens a new world of experience for the soul. So this text, they've used the word soul. Look at it as a jivatma. The inner world opens to the experience of God. The important message here is that Pratyahara is a means required to separate the mind from the impulses of the world. The senses and their instruments normally draw the mind into worldly entanglements. The soul must aspire greatly for God and to be free from the outward pull of the senses. The world appearance is intoxicating. Habits and desires of the mind will continue to tempt. Constant practice of Pratyahara, turning the consciousness inward, is required. Only such inward awareness can award the soul with experience of God. Once God is experienced, nothing in the world is quiet, so sweet. புறப்பட்ட வாயு புகவிடா வண்ணம் திறப்பட்டு நிச்சயம் சேர்ந்துடன் நின்றால் உறப்பட்டு நின்றது உள்ளமும் அங்கே புறப்பட்டு போகான் பெருந்தகையானே. Let there be no ceaseless movement of prana in and out. Practice to make it stay stable with the seeker. The steady mind becomes fit for God to be. The noble one will depart not therefrom. So the restraining of the prana has been interpreted in many ways, maybe Kevala Kumbhaka. But here, let us look at it as really quietening the breath to the point where it's almost still, as if the prana has become still. The commentary says, the verse highlights the potential for practicing Pratyahara during daily life. Normally, Shakti or prana goes ceaselessly in and out through the mind and senses. Humans cannot sit all day in practice of Pratyahara or pranayama. However, they can develop through those practices a stable and inward focus of mind and learn to develop a waking sense of Pratyahara, an observing consciousness, where part of the consciousness stands back and watches what the rest of the consciousness is thinking, seeing, or doing. Becoming conscious of what is conscious, aware of what is aware. This witness consciousness is an essential characteristic of self realization. Please sit up, with your back straight. Just do a very short dharana practice focused on the heart. Bring your attention to the heart space. Keep your focus there. Chant Om loudly a few times and then make it subtle and soft, and then continue to chant mentally. Just stay with your natural breath. No need to do pranayama. Simply focus on the heart, chant Om, be silent for a little while. Take your awareness deep in, chant Om. Just keep going deeper and deeper into your heart space. Loudly, softly, and then mentally. Maybe even 3 times each. Once you complete the mental chanting, continue to keep the focus on your heart and be still. going to complete with the prayer to the entire lineage of teachers, the first teacher, to Krishnamacharya, to Desikacharya, to all the teachers, continue to guide our path. And as you listen, also intend that you offer the fruits of this practice, all your learning, all your teaching, for the benefit of the whole world. गुरुभ्यस्तद्गुरुभ्यश्च नमो वाकमधीमहे वृणीमहे च तत्राद्यौ दम्पती जगतां पति श्रीकृष्णवागीशयतीश्वराभ्यां सम्प्राप्तचक्राङ्कणभाष्यसारम् श्रीनूनरङ्गेन्द्रयतौ समर्पितस्वम् श्रीकृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमीडे विरोधे कार्तिके मासे शतताराकृतोदयम् योगाचार्यं कृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमहं भजे श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. Thank you. Over to Namrata. You all can just stay for a couple of more minutes for some announcement.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in. I hope you had lovely practice. Just wanted to take this opportunity to share with you a couple of things that we are doing as part of Yoga Vahini and how you can stay connected and continue this journey as we begin Vidya Arambam today. As you all know, we will be having the Sangama event. It is the coming together of all of us. The entire Yoga Vahini Sangha is going to come together in Chennai at the Manapakam Heartfulness Institute, and we wish that as many as you can actually make it in person, be part of the entire experience, offer whatever you can in terms of practice, in terms of support to us. It's a real invitation that you can all be here. Between 16th to 19th of January at Chennai, Manapakam Happiness Institute. So this is the first thing. Also wanted to share that we are having an immersive yoga retreat as part of the Yoga Sadhana program. It will be between the 3rd to 9th of November. It is at Saraswathi farmhouse, the Kattiyam Pandal farmhouse, which is very close to Chennai, 2 hours drive from Chennai. So feel free to register yourself, be part of this sadhana experience as well. There are limited.
We have limited spots. We would like people who are already familiar with the system, teachers, therapists, if you have the time and you want to invest in an immersive retreat, please get in touch with Namrata.
We are also having our level 2 of the Ayurveda program with Dr. Padmini. This is open to those of us who have completed the level 1 program already. It's beginning on the 18th of October and it will go on till the 20th of December on all Fridays. The hours will, be eligible for your continuing education. So please come forward and register yourself. It's beginning in a week's time. So do take this opportunity to continue the learning. As Dr. Padmini is just so valuable. Yeah. And last but not the least, we have the holistic nutrition training by Sandhya Mani. This will begin in November, and of course, you will be having principles from Ayurveda, connecting it to modern science, and very practical tools will be suggested. So yet another exciting and very critical offering that Bhagavani is giving. All of this details, you can reach out to me. I'll just put in my number and um, email ID in the chat box. I'll also leave it in the Sangha group. Please feel free to reach out to me regarding any of this, and I'll be happy to share more details. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful year ahead of fresh learning, inspired teaching, and deepening of the practice.
Thank you, Saras.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saras. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.